Hi, welcome back to the Cordless Vacuum Guide, and in this video, I'll be comparing two mid-price Dyson stick vacuums, the V7 and V8. If you look at the Dyson product line, the V7 and V8 are right in the middle between the V6 and the latest V10 and 11 series. These vacuums utilize the older dustbin design where it is vertically aligned. It may not hold as much dirt as the V10 or V11, and both are better options if you're looking for a versatile cordless vacuum to clean above floors. The models I'll be comparing are the V7 MotorHead and the V8 Absolute. So I put these vacuums through a series of tests, and I've added the new experiment to check how well it filters, which I'll share later in the video. First, we'll look at the design. The V7 and V8 are identical, both having the same trigger and slide switch to toggle between the low and max power settings. The dustbin size is nearly alike, with the V7 having a 0.53 liter capacity and the V8 at 0.54 liters. Both vacuums have the same hygienic system, so disposing of dirt won't be as messy as the V6. On paper, the V7 and V8 have the same dimensions, but you can see here that the V8 clearly is taller than the V7. The V7 is also lighter, weighing 5.45 pounds versus the V8 at 5.8 pounds. One advantage the V7 has is its more compact body. With the smaller battery, it's lighter and has better ergonomics as a handheld. The V8 isn't bad either, certainly better than the V10 or V11 at cleaning cramped zones. Steering is excellent for both, but with a slight edge to the V7 because of its lighter and smaller frame. It will avoid furniture easily with less arm fatigue. Next, let's compare the airflow. The results are really close, with the V8 having more airflow at the 1 in both the low and max power settings. Surprisingly, the V7 has more airflow at the cleaning head, but the difference at the nozzle isn't much, only up to 2% in the max setting. Despite having slightly less airflow, the Dyson V8 was better overall in the cleaning test because it has the fluffy attachment, something not available in the V7 MotorHead. I really like the fluffy tool for cleaning hard surfaces. The cloth-like texture helps it grab debris, small and large. The best part is it doesn't rely too much on airflow, so you can leave it at the lowest setting and it will still pick up dirt. I tested this tool on various types of debris like sand, quinoa, pet litter, Cheerios, even hair, and it didn't have any trouble with these items. The V7 MotorHead doesn't have the fluffy tool, but only the standard brush roll. Cleaning debris spread out won't be a problem. However, the initial pass isn't as clean, leaving behind a trail of debris. It won't be able to clean Cheerios or Fruit Loop sized debris since the nozzle lacks clearance. Also, it struggles with picking up large clumps of dirt, plowing it forward. The V7 and V8 won't have any problems cleaning debris, small and large, on carpet, since carpet fibers will provide some leeway, allowing large particles of dirt to get through the low clearance. The scores are close in the sand on hard floor test, but if you look closely, the V8 was more efficient and picked up nearly every crumb of sand in the forward pass, while the V7 did not. Another issue using Dyson's standard brush attachment on hard floors is the potential for scuffing the surface since it has minimal padding, unlike the fluffy attachment that has more. Next, we'll look at the results of the deep cleaning tests, where I rubbed 100 grams of sand on mid-pile carpet. The Dyson V8 was better, picking up an average of 97.7%, while the V7 got a 94.93% on two tests. Take note that I did the test using the max setting, so you'll be able to pick up embedded dirt at this rate between 5 and 7 minutes. If you want something that will pick up embedded dirt longer, consider the V11 torque drive. The V8 is better at edge cleaning, with the fluffy tool picking up nearly every scrap of pet litter in this area. However, the V8 standard brush roll didn't do as well. If you look closely, the brush kicked a portion of the pet litter behind it. This is also the same issue with the V7 MotorHead attachment, also leaving a trail. I also did a hair wrap test using 1 gram of 5 to 7 inch human hair. The V8 did very well with hardly any hair wrapping on both the fluffy and standard brush roll. In contrast, the V7 didn't do as well. It was able to resist tangles from the shorter 5-inch strands, but it wasn't as good with the longer 7-inch strands. The Dyson V8 with its larger 2800 mAh battery will run for up to 41 minutes using the crevice tool and up to 31 minutes with the main nozzle. The V7 has a smaller 2100 mAh lithium-ion battery and lasted a little over 32 minutes on low with the crevice tool and up to 28 minutes with the main nozzle. You can replace the batteries for both the V7 and V8 and increase the runtime by using a larger capacity battery. Between these two, only the V8 Absolute has the post-motor filter, and you can see the benefit with the fog test where it didn't leak. The V7 MotorHead doesn't have the HEPA filter and smoke leaked out of the exhaust. Fortunately, the V7 has the allergy version with the HEPA if this is a factor for you, but it will be more expensive. To check noise levels, I use a sound meter with the main cleaning head attached. Surprisingly, the V7 was louder, with up to 73.9 decibels at the max setting. The V8 wasn't far behind with 73.2 decibels. The Dyson V8 Absolute has more tools out of the box with 8, including the fluffy and standard brush roll. The V7 MotorHead only comes with 5 tools, and this include the combination and crevice tool. It doesn't have the soft roller attachment, dusting brush, or mini turbo brush. Please note that the V7 and V8 attachments are interchangeable, so for example, you can purchase the V8 fluffy tool and it will be usable with the V7. To conclude this review, the Dyson V7 and V8 are both excellent alternatives for people looking for a mid-price and lightweight stick vacuum. The V8 has more power and a larger battery, so it runs longer and deep cleans carpet better. The V7 has a smaller battery, so it has a shorter runtime than the V8, but the smaller battery means it's lighter and more compact. Between the two, I like the V7 as a handheld better. The V8 has a sealed system thanks to the post-motor HEPA filter, while the V7 MotorHead does not. You can get another V7 model with the HEPA filter if you don't want allergens leaking through the exhaust, but it will be more expensive. I hope this comparison has helped you decide between the Dyson V7 and V8. If it did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Links are in the description for more information. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.